everybody, how are we all? Paul79 here. I hope you're safe and well. Welcome to part 4 of Paul79 car SOS build number 1. As you can see, the car is quite wet. It's basically been terrible weather here in the UK for the past sort of couple of weeks, and that sort of really does restrict me in what I can sort of do on the outside of the car. However, there is some jobs that definitely need doing that I can actually do a lot in the garage out the back, so in the warm and the dry. And one of those things is the front wiring. Now, a lot of people are scared of wiring. It is a bit involved, but I really enjoy it. And the problem we have with this car is the wiring is not quite right. It doesn't work as it should. So this part 4 is going to be all about the wiring. So let me open up the bonnet. We're going to do the wiring at the front of the car. So I spent a good hour this week unpicking everything that's been done previously, and I'm going to sort of, not a step by step, but I'm going to talk you through how I'm going to solve the wiring here. So if we start back from the basics, right? So the majority of the front lights are fed from this side of the Boxster, okay? And the Boxster headlights used to contain basically the main beam, the dipped beam, but also the front indicators, right? The issue you have is the new headlights we're going to put in here, which is the 911 ones, they only have main beam and dip beam, right? The front indicators are actually in the DRL lights. So as you can sort of guess, what we're going to have to do is unpick all of the power supply for the various lights and redo them. The other thing about it is the way the Boxster loom worked is you had the headlight obviously being fed here, and then the side indicator, and then all of the front lights of the Boxster ran off one loom that ran all along the front bumper, okay? And then on this side, all you have is just power for the other headlight and the side indicator. So we've got a bit of a problem here because we need to separate a lot of things here. So the easiest way I find about the way I have of doing it is starting from scratch and basically having all the power sources meet here in the middle, and then the new wires come off feeding all the various lights. Now that may sound like a lot of work, but the reason we sort of do that as well is the Boxster, in fact let me show my face. So the Boxster uses a CAN bus system, right? And if you don't know what that is, I don't know exactly what it is either. But if you Google it, I think the simple way to sort of understand what it is, the CAN bus system is a wiring sort of protocol standard that means a set of wires in a car or in a circuit can do more than one function. And the idea of it is basically it saves on the amount of copper and wire that a car has. So the car is obviously a lot cleverer. The other thing we have, or the issue we have, is the Boxster underneath here, most of the lights, when it was originally a Boxster, ran off bulbs, right? Not LEDs. And a lot of the lights that we put back in here when it becomes a GT3 RS uses LEDs. And the thing about LEDs is they draw less power. And that in turn means because it draws less power, the computer in the Boxster thinks they're not working, right? So we get errors on the dashboard. So you could plug all your indicators in on this car and they all flash as normal, but you'll get an error on the dashboard. So we have to solve that as well. And what we do is we buy these things called CAN bus error cancellers, okay? I've shown it on previous videos and you'll obviously see it. It's basically a little box, it's like a resistor, yeah? And you basically feed in the power that say powers the indicators into it, and then connect the actual light on the outlet, yeah? And because the power is going through this resistor, it stops the errors appearing on the dashboard. Now, these CAN bus things, you need one per circuit, right? So if you think about it, I've got 2 front indicators, 2 side indicators, side lights, headlights, main, but you need about 10, right? These things are about that big, about the size of a packet of fags, and they take up quite a lot of room, so we need to put them somewhere. And the other thing is they also get a bit hot when they're running. So what I've decided to do, and I've done it on all of my cars, is we mount it all in this area here. So we're going to lose the CD changer, that was the sat nav thing. I actually reuse this cage to mount all of these resistors on, and you'll see this in due course of what I'm doing. But the beauty is that's sort of like the center, the control center we call it, and I have all the wires feeding in, going through the various resistors and the circuits, and then the new wires coming out to the places where they need to be. So that's what I'm planning to do this weekend. So what you can see here, so this is the original Boxster headlight plug. It's been mucked about with and various things have been done, so I'm going to need to sort all of that out. I've started going through this spaghetti junction and working out what does what. So you can see that orange one, I've labelled that up as front indicator drivers, etc, etc. So if you think about it, this particular orange wire, I'm going to run it to the middle here underneath all this carpet. It will go in a resistor, and then there'll be another wire that I make will come back out, and it will go all the way down to the light there, and it'll all be lovely, neat and tidy and neat. So I love the wiring, but it does take time. So yeah, I better get on with it. So see you in a bit. Bye. So I've been doing a lot of this stuff off the car on the bench. So let me show you how far we've got over the past couple of nights. So basically, this is the control center, I call it. So these black things, these are the CAN bus error cancellers, okay? And the idea is the your wires go in from the car body, or not the car body, you know, the car power, say, for the indicator. So it goes in there, and then it runs through this error sensor and then comes back out this way, and it's this bit that gets connected to the light. And the idea is it all works, and it cancels out the errors that you see on your dashboard. And then what I've been doing is I've been busy making all by hand brand new sets of wires for all the various lights. So that's the side indicator one. I've redone all the headlight ones, they're all tested. So the idea is these will all be rigged up to the CAN bus error connections, and then run back outside to the place where they need to be to fit the lights. There we go, we've got that's a DRL one. Everything's all labelled up, etc, etc. So basically what it will look like, this is my car here, is you can see here's my little control centre. So the wires come from here, the main Boxster loom, into here, and then back out again to all the various places. We can see here that, you know, for example, here's my headlight connector, here's my DRL collector, and it's all hunky-dory. So now what I need to do is go on the yellow car out the front and actually extend all the original Boxster loom to meet in the middle there. So I'll see you in a bit. Hello gang, 5 hours later, and I'm very pleased to say the front wiring is all done and everything works. So let me show you what I've been up to. So what we have here now is the control center is now in place. You can see here what we have is a lot of the original Boxster loom is coming into this side. It's going up into the CAN bus resistors. I've got a couple of normal resistors there. They're just for the side indicators because that's all you need. And what it also does is it slows the flash down, because the the side indicators are LEDs and originally they were bulbs. On this side there's less wiring, but basically that is all Boxster original loom, and then my connectors that I then feed back out through the holes. And yeah, so basically I've tested it all. I've tested it with the engine running and everything. Errors still come up on the dashboard, but it's nothing to do with anything in the front now. All right, no indicator errors. It's all to do with the rear lights, and the reason being is we will need to put resistors like this in the rear as well to get rid of all the errors. But everything works. Previously I think one of the headlights worked off a fog light or something like that, but this is all now good. Yeah, headlights come on as they should. Main beam does on the stalky thing. Side lights are wired up to the brightest setting on the DRLs, and everything works from an indicator perspective. So that was that. It's quite good fun, but it's absolutely back breaking. Oh, my back is killing me. Luckily I'm not playing ping pong till Thursday, so I'm gonna have a nice long soak tonight and a takeaway. Anyway, so see you on part 5. Take care everyone, bye bye.